Do you remember how we got into this whole thing? Like back to the very first videos. I'm talking the early videos.
We had no clue what we were doing. We just kind of got thrown into it. We were going on a really big trip, our first big trip ever. I think it was like 3 weeks. And the place, well, actually, he tried to make a video. You just tried editing a video just to see if you could do it and put it up on Facebook or something like that. Someone at the workplace that I was at the time saw it and asked if we would film our whole trip and put it up on their website.
Yeah.
We're like, okay.
We had no idea what we were doing. You can watch those videos. They're some of the first videos on the channel.
They're really embarrassing.
Very embarrassing, but we thought we'd leave them up so everyone can see how we started this whole thing. It was one of our favorite adventures because we hopped around Europe. It was one of the first times we've done that. I think we went into Bruges, which is such a magical fairy tale.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful city. Then we made it over to Amsterdam, which we absolutely love. I mean, who doesn't love that gorgeous city? And I think it was the first time we stepped into Italy.
Oh yeah, we did like Tuscany and Florence. Oh, so amazing.
That was one of our favorite trips.
So before we start getting too nostalgic here, if you're just happen to be tuning in and you don't know who we are, I am Anna. This is Trevor. We are the Delightful Travelers.
So it's very nice to see all your faces again. I'm sure you clicked on the video today wondering what is going on. We just wanted to go back in time and down memory lane just to bring you guys up to speed on how we got to this point right now. So let's go back a few years. Shortly after the great trip we just spoke about, then we made it into Greece. And I think all you longtime viewers know Greece is one of our favorite countries.
It is.
In the world.
So we spent like a week in Athens, our very first time there. We met up with The Endless Adventure, one of our favorite channels and also favorite people.
Yeah, they've become good friends since then. And not just that, we got to hop around on all the different islands and we were slowly starting to fall in love with travel even more, especially when you're in Greece.
Yeah, Greece makes it pretty easy to fall in love with travel. We went to all these different islands. They all felt a little bit different, a little bit unique, but they all have that Greece feel, and it's just magic.
So all these videos are on the channel if you want to go back and watch them. Now maybe a year or so after that was our first trip over to Southeast Asia. We had to see what all the rage was about that place. Is amazing. We traveled around Singapore, Malaysia, Bali, of course.
Which we've returned to again the second time since then, but it was our first time there. We really didn't know what to expect when we went to Asia. We'd been to China before, and it was definitely the biggest culture shock we've ever experienced. China was.
Yeah,
so we were a little nervous going to Southeast Asia that we just weren't sure what we were going to think about it, but we fell in love.
We love that place. Yeah, and then maybe a year or so after that, we decided to go around South America and do it slowly. So we went, we went into Colombia, Peru, stopped in Chile, went to some beautiful wineries, then decided to go to more wineries
in Argentina. Mendoza specifically.
Oh, Mendoza is such a magical place. And of course, we had to stop in Buenos Aires, and we didn't stop there. We went to, well, one of the biggest countries down there.
Brazil. Brazil is absolutely amazing. We actually wish we had more time there. It's just how it worked out. We had a flight out of Brazil to get back to Canada, I think. So we had like 10 days?
Something like 10 days.
We spent it in Sao Paulo, and then we went to a beachy area in that in the state. I think it's a state.
We almost forget what it's even like to jump around like that pre-pandemic. We all had it so good, didn't we?
I know, it's so hard to imagine now just hopping on a train, booking a plane like a few days in advance, just not really planning anything, or like just taking off and going somewhere without all the rigmarole of like testing and vaccinations and like, can you get into a country, can you not? It's just, it's so weird to think about and so strange to wrap my head around how much things have changed since then.
I know. It's hard to even remember. Do you guys remember what it was like to travel?
Yeah.
I know we all do, and I'm just poking a little fun at it and having fun with it, I should say.
But when we look back to when we started that very first trip that we talked about at the beginning of the video to one of our last trips, we changed so drastically. The way we travel changed drastically. The very first trip, we had everything planned. We knew, we had all trains booked in advance. We had all our hotels booked. We knew exactly what we were going to do.
We did.
By a couple years ago, we were just going by the just like not planning anything.
Not
We'd
planning.
basically like book a flight and be like, okay, where do we go to next?
Whoever thought we'd be making a video like we are today. So now let's flash forward a little bit, or back about a year and a half or so, to March of 2020, when the pandemic hit and we got stuck in the Philippines. And these videos are all on our channel for anyone that's new. We got stuck there for about 4 months in total. Luckily, we had some good company there. Our good buds, Jumping Places, were there with us. And honestly, if they weren't there with us at the time, especially
it was
at
so
first,
nice to have someone else there to at least throw ideas off of. And if you start to freak out, you just be like, I don't know what to do. And they'd be like, calm down, it's okay.
Yeah, those guys are amazing. If you don't know who they are, they have a channel. Make sure, maybe we'll link to it, both them and the Endless Adventure. But great guys. But that did make things easier. But at the same time, no one knew what this whole pandemic was going to be at the start of it.
I remember going back and watching I think the first video we did in the Philippines where we said we're stuck here. We said, oh, maybe a month or so. Yeah.
We wished, but we did get stuck there. It was very hard to get out. We felt safe and all of that. Again, you can go back and watch the videos, but we eventually made it off the island of Palawan. We were in El Nido, if you happen to be wondering, and made it back home here to Nova Scotia. And we've been here now for the past year and a half.
Yeah, it's been almost 16 months since we arrived home.
Wow. So this has been the longest period we've been home in Nova Scotia, I think in maybe 10 years.
At least, because even when we had full-time jobs and didn't travel constantly, we at least went away every 3 to 6 months, did something. We went away in the winter, or not for the whole winter, but we do a winter trip, we do a summer trip, we did lots of stuff. So.
And to be completely honest, we thought when we came back to Nova Scotia, we thought our channel was doomed because YouTube is slowly starting to become a thing here. But it's not, we're in the land of Facebook, as we like to say, but we did say to ourselves, like, we're gonna try and see what happens. So we started making Nova Scotia videos, and I just kind of counted them all, and we're somewhere between 60 and 70 videos on Nova Scotia.
Crazy.
If you asked me if we could do that, we didn't think we could make 5 videos because we're like, what do you do? When we're from here, and we're like, what do you do in Nova Scotia? But we managed to do it, and here we are with that many videos. This is absolutely wild.
I know. But Nova Scotia, let's talk a little bit about where we're from. We're so lucky to be from this area. We're so lucky to be from Canada, but from this part of Canada specifically. It's beautiful, it's amazing, there's awesome people, our family is here, so we've spent so much time just hanging out with our families and friends and catching up with people. We'd never imagined we'd have this much time. I think something really amazing that has happened since the pandemic, since being stuck in the Philippines and stuck here at home in Nova Scotia, is the connection we've made with you guys watching. And of course we had that before. We had regular viewers and we had people that watched us every week, but not like they do now. No. Since we've, again, been stuck in both the Philippines and in Nova Scotia, especially in Nova Scotia, we've had so many people starting to really follow along from week to week. Contacting us for advice and
we get a lot of messages from you guys, and we love it when we do. But not just that, we get stopped on the streets all over the province, honestly, quite often, and we love it because then we get to meet you guys. Because remember, we're just two people. We talk to the camera.
We do. So it's hard to sometimes it's hard to imagine that there are other people, in front of their TVs, in front of their computers, and on their phones watching us. We don't really think about that.
We answer in comments, of course, but it's really nice to make a real connection with you. When we meet you on the street, or you stop us, or some people have bought us a drink, or come and said hello at a restaurant, or whatever it is, we absolutely love it. And we love meeting every one of you that watch us each week. It means the world to us, and I don't know, without that and just the growth over the years, I don't know if we'd be doing this, to be completely honest. But we're having a blast, as you can see. Yeah,
so we just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys on the other side of that camera that are watching us every week and being so supportive.
Yeah, so you've read the title of the video, and here we are. It's all over. It is all over. We are finally, as much as we love it here in Nova Scotia, we are finally leaving Nova Scotia and the country. Flying on a plane through the air and going somewhere else. Just like the old times. So That blows our minds. So for all of you that have been leaving comments and saying, please travel again, please travel again.
It's happening.
It's happening. We had to be cautious, you know. We weren't just going to jump out there and jump around. We made some big decisions earlier, I think in this year or the end of last year, about if we were gonna go. I think we made a video about that. But it's happening.
It's officially happening right now, basically.
You see the room behind us? I'm sure you're wondering what this is. This is not our bedroom. This is a hotel room because we are at the airport right now. We're actually looking at the runway.
I can see it.
To wait for our plane. Can you tell how excited we are?
We're super excited. So excited. I honestly thought this day would never come.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels really good, to be completely honest. Here it is here. You can see the runway. There's no planes landing or taking off at the moment, but we're at the Halifax International Airport.
And it really all begins now. You're probably wondering where we're going. Well, you're gonna have to wait for the next video to find that out. But I will tell you this, we only booked a one-way ticket. We have no intention of coming back to Canada anytime soon, so this is a huge adventure that we're embarking on. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, kind of emotional.
It's also going to be, I think, our biggest series yet.
Yes.
Woo.
Woo. Big things are happening here.
So if you're new around here, make sure to click on the subscribe button and click on the little bell to follow along. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, and if you're as excited as we are about this, share the video. We'd love if you would do all that. We're just really, really amped, to be honest. You can probably tell by the smiles and looks on our faces that we're about to do this again. We're about to go back to doing what we did before in a slightly different way.
In a slightly different way, but it's weird to be going back on the road again. Like, it's just
so
weird and exciting at the same time. By the way, I know a lot of you guys have sort of picked us up through Nova Scotia, and that's how you found us. We really, really hope that you're going to stick around and continue to watch us as we do what we do best, I hope.
I think you're going to like it if you're from the northern hemisphere. Can we tell them where we are going? I think we said on Instagram, not where exactly, but what area of the world. It's the Caribbean. You got a one-way ticket to the Caribbean. Feel free to guess. You'll hear more about it soon, but for now we're going to leave it here. We're going to have to get up really early in the morning
very
catch flight.
early.
But it's going to be worth it.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Halifax, the last time I'm going to say this for a while, from Halifax in Nova Scotia, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.